How can I help you today, my friend?
Look, yeah, basically, you probably know yourself. I was, following some of your footage and following some of your content and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to get into property. I want to get into like a bit of a diverse portfolio. Like, I want to do rent to
hmm
rent,
hmm
because I can start small. But really, I'm on the path. Like, I want to be a property investor. Like,
Sure.
be a bit of a developer, possibly. And
Mm.
fix them up and rent them out, or
Sure.
flip them, stuff like that.
Sure.
I work in construction, so
Okay.
all of that kind of comes to me pretty naturally. But I've only
Yeah.
recently moved back from Australia.
Nice.
Just before Christmas, me and my missus moved back, and
Nice.
yeah, so I want to, now that we're back in Ireland, I want to try and like get into property in Ireland and the UK. Like, I'm from
Mhm.
Northern Ireland, like, so I can tap into the UK market.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just coming back and sort of like trying to find our feet, kind of a thing.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I've been wanting to get into property there for years, but
Yeah.
yeah, just thought it was a good time to start.
Yeah, it's always now's always the best time, No, it's just better to get in now than later on all the time in property.
Yeah, I've watched how things have inflated over the last 5 years,
Yeah.
and I was like kicking myself that I didn't buy a house.
Yeah. Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I mean in another 5 years it will be the same. And
Yeah,
if you build your rent to rent business now, make some money, save up some money for deposits, and then start buying, then
yeah,
things can look a lot different in 6 months to a couple years time.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So what is it about rent to rent that you're
I,
interested in? Then is that where
I
you want to
like
start?
I like the fact that it doesn't take a massive deposit to get
Mm-hmm.
started, and I
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that like you possibly can it's there is a risk with it, like, but it's quite low risk too. Like, which
Yeah.
really, if you look at all the risks, like, it's pretty
Yeah.
low risk, But
Yeah.
I was actually trying to do something like that, and like, you don't find much of it in Ireland here. Like, you don't might
No.
find much. Like, we live in the west of Ireland, like, it's pretty rural and stuff. And
Okay.
I've been going around there for a couple of months and just looking at places,
Yeah.
places to fix up, places to buy, places that are completely derelict, other
Yeah.
places that are like able to be rented, other places for sale. And then
Yeah.
a couple of times I was just kind of poaching the real estates and stuff just to see, like, oh, would you rent it to me?
Yeah.
And I didn't tell them that I was going to sublet rooms and stuff,
Yeah.
but I kind of have, like, because I've been looking at property videos and stuff there for years. Like,
Yeah.
I follow yourself, and I follow a couple of other ones,
Yeah.
and they're all UK. Like, it seems to be a bit bigger in the UK doing this. Like,
Well,
but
UK is just bigger in general, I guess, but my whole portfolio
yeah,
in Wales. So
is it
yeah, which is quite rural as well.
cool?
So I mean, I'm used to
Cool.
working in rural areas. I live in London, but my whole rent to rent portfolio is in Wales, and
Really?
the houses that I've bought are even further than the rent to rents. They're like 20 miles into the valleys, they call it in Wales, which is
Yeah, yeah,
even more quiet and very, very rural. So it can work
yeah.
wherever.
So you don't have to be like, I guess I was kind of looking locally and
Mm.
stuff, and I think that sometimes like the areas you're in could be the wrong area and stuff. People don't go for it and all. Like, so it wouldn't. It doesn't actually necessarily mean you have to be beside your area. Like,
No, no, no,
do you know
not
what
at
I
all.
mean?
Mine are 150 miles away from where I am. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, my pops lives down there, so he's there with his missus. So I used to go down there every weekend and go into estate agents, go and try and speak to some landlords. Um,
yeah,
and then that's how I got started. And then once we had a few under our belt and was making some money, then I just employed like a housekeeper to pop in there and do his bits and bobs or her bits and bobs
yeah,
every now and again. Got a little handyman. My dad can do bits and bobs down there to fix the locks and help out if little bits break here and there. But it's definitely a business you can run from your phone or your laptop.
yeah. Well, that's what kind of attracts me there, of getting maybe a few rent to rents, because it's still steady money. Like, it'll give you the chance to start to get ahead. Like, and then it
Absolutely.
gets you in around that kind of that market there with dealing with
Yeah.
estate agents and stuff. And
Yeah.
like, eventually, as I say, like, eventually I probably would like to flip houses
Yeah.
or fix them up to rent them myself.
Yeah.
Um,
If you can keep them, that's the best option, because you get the wealth element of it when they appreciate, but you also get the passive income that they create.
yeah,
And then if you wanted to pull like a large amount of capital from them, then what I kind of teach people to do is refinance them
yeah,
when they go up. That way you sort of get that tax-free money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because in theory it's classed as debt, but it's not. You don't pay any tax on debt, so
yeah.
refinance them when they go up every 3, 4 years.
Okay.
Get your money back out, and then use that to go and buy another one.
Hmm.
And then, in another few years it will go up again, and that's kind of how you build your portfolio in the most tax efficient way from my experience.
Yeah. Do you do it through do you work through do you do it through a company?
Yeah, yeah.
You do it through a company.
I bought a few in my own name, but then I started putting them in a company and buying them in a company name just for tax benefits and yeah, for the long term wealth plan. I think it makes more sense to have them as inside a company.
It is a lot more sensible, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah. The
Because
way.
I have like I've just set up my own because I was self-employed in Australia,
Mhm.
so I just set up my own like for my own work and stuff, like
Mhm.
just as construction company,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
and I'm only just doing small jobs there now at the minute, but I'm
Mhm.
always pricing and stuff, like, but
Yeah.
say for instance, like if one of those real estate agents had said yes, like I was actually going to just be like, yeah, yeah, it's going to be like just going to run it through my company, like, and if
Yeah.
he had asked who was going to do it, what I was going to say to him was that, oh, I've got workers coming down, like, that are just probably working for me or subcontractors or something, and they're
That's
just they're just going to hire a room, like, and
yeah.
for as long as I need them, I don't know how long I need them, but they're going to be in the area because they're going to be
Yeah.
working for me or somebody who's subcontracted into me.
Yeah. That's
But
pretty
like,
much how you pitch it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's obviously some improvements that I could make to that, but
yeah.
generally speaking, that is pretty much the spiel that you need to say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So a
Um,
company is the way to go then.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I think maybe the nature of your company, I don't know what the exact rules are in Ireland, but you need
Yeah.
to have if you've got a construction company, you'd need to have a separate company for the rent to rent business itself.
Well, okay, okay, okay. You probably would need that. You
Yeah.
probably would.
You
So
want to
you're,
separate your liability as well.
yeah, oh, true, yeah.
It's
But you would
basically
need,
a
you would
management
have
company,
a management company is what you would want.
a property management and lettings company
Oh, yeah.
is
Right,
basically
okay.
what it is. You're basically like a specialized estate agent or letting agent.
Right, right, right,
Um,
okay.
but you just have a few more tricks up your sleeve, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it separates the liability from both companies.
Yeah, yeah,
Because what I was thinking of doing was potentially because it's in the south of Ireland, like, but as I say, I'm
yeah,
from Northern Ireland. I was
yeah,
thinking of setting up, something what you're saying there. I was
yeah,
thinking of setting that up in the north, so it's a
yeah,
UK business, like, but
yeah,
I can still do that. I can still trade in the south of Ireland as well, like,
yeah,
but what it would let me actually do sublets and stuff
yeah,
in the UK.
yeah. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense for sure. Have you got any family or any friends over on this side or?
I've got a few mates over there, but not many. I had most
Yeah,
of I spent 13 years in Australia, like, so most of my network's over there, like.
yeah,
It's a long time, like, and
yeah,
really, I've just got family in Northern Ireland and in the south of Ireland, but I have a few mates that are in the UK, like,
yeah. Well, that's okay.
but
It's just we
I've only actually been to the UK a couple of times, really.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we'd teach you how to sort of get employ some people, that lists advertise some jobs online. There's certain portals where you can advertise
Mm.
housekeeper, people to go and do viewings for you, things like that. So you can run the business remotely. It just takes a bit of setting up an organization, but if
Yeah,
if you got your missus on board, I imagine that could help out a lot with the organization side of things and
yeah, 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 yeah. I'm sure it would. Yeah,
two minds better than one, right? So yeah, it just depends when you're ready to move ahead and get going. I could definitely help you. It's just when you're at that stage, you want to build your business and get your first few deals, then that's something I could definitely help you with.
would
Yeah,
you be kind of sometimes looking at places that need to be maybe renovated, fixed up, like
yeah.
have
I mean,
potential for
generally,
gaining equity and stuff?
yeah, generally speaking, the ones that I buy myself, they're not really fixer-uppers.
Yeah,
Simply because I find it to be more efficient as a business to just buy the ones that are
ready
seven
to
out
go.
of ten. Yeah, 7 out of 10. I've just bought one recently and we're putting in like a couple bits into the bathroom, a new shower screen, new shower.
Yeah.
We've put new carpet in one of the bedrooms upstairs. One of the bedrooms already had carpet. Tidying it
Mm.
up, a bit of paint and decoration, and then get it back on the market. I have done the sort of refurbishment model in the past, and I've
Yeah.
just found it to be a little bit slow and tedious, and you might end up
Yeah.
buy a house for 60, 70 grand. You end up spending another 30 grand on the refurbishment. dealing
Mm.
with builders.
Mm.
I get on well with builders, but also they can be a
Mm.
bit of a pain in the ass as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They're down the pub and I need them to be doing the work, and all of a sudden things aren't getting done, and it's just easier for me to do the rent to rents. Every time I get a spare £30,000, I just go and buy another house and get it rented.
Yeah, great.
That's the most efficient way for us to work from my perspective, you know.
Fuck. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yeah, it's interesting now, definitely. Um, it's something I definitely want to get into, like
Hmm.
definitely want to get into, and it's something there that I can start small with, like, and it's not taking too
Yeah,
much risk, like, you
yeah.
know.
That's how I started. I didn't have loads of money when I first started. I only had sort of 5, 6 grand when I first started 7 years ago, you know. So drive down to Wales and put that into my first rent to rent. And within a few days, we had a shipping engineer company who wanted to rent the house from us. They were working in Wales at the time,
Mm,
and they ended up renting 4 houses along the same street over the course
yeah.
of like a year, and they're still in there now.
Holy shit.
So there's those types of opportunities like that, you know, once you build the property and you get it furnished and make it looking nice and market it properly, then there's a huge market and the demand for furnished, all bills included accommodation, you know. You just have to know
Uh,
how to market it and build it and get it out there and they will come.
do you have any people in Northern Ireland? Have you any students from Northern Ireland or any
I
like
haven't
lets in Northern Ireland?
I haven't got any students in Northern Ireland. I've had a couple calls over the last few weeks from lads from Northern Ireland, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no one yet who's joined the program. So you would potentially be the first in Ireland.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean it can work anywhere, right? It's the same principle.
That's it, yeah.
You're guaranteeing a fixed rent with the landlord, and then you're going to furnish it, make it look a bit nicer, market it better, and go and
Hmm.
try and find a group or individuals who are working, who just need a temporary accommodation, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and
Yeah.
for that short-term accommodation, they're going to pay you a premium, and then that's where your margin is, you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, it sounds good, but but obviously you've had a few horror stories too, like, wouldn't you? Like, have you ever
Yeah.
had like stuff that's just not renting?
Yeah, I've had some horror stories. If you go on our YouTube, you'll see like we've put a few stories on there recently of nightmare rent to rent deals. But again, you know, it hasn't been that bad. I've lost a bit of money in the past when I first started, when I was a bit naive to it, and I was just
Yeah,
promising landlords the world and
yeah, yeah,
taking the keys off from any landlord who would give us a house. Uh,
yeah,
but I learned from those mistakes quite quickly. Some houses are in really bad condition, and when you don't know what you're doing in the beginning, you can underestimate the refurb.
yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're spending 5, 6, 7, 8 grand on someone else's house.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really want to be doing that.
No.
You want to spend a couple grand furnishing the place, maybe a grand or two tidying it up. No more,
Yeah, yeah,
no more than that, you know. You want to try and get your money back that you've invested within 6 months, ideally,
yeah,
because you don't own it. So you want to get your return on your investment as quick as possible. So
yeah,
we have made some mistakes in the past, but we've learnt loads from those, and I guess that makes me a better teacher and a mentor to people because I can show you how what not to do as well, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, fair enough. Sounds good. Yeah, no, I'm definitely interested. Definitely interested. Would you do a lot of like the furnishing and the small refurbs and stuff? Would you just go down and do it yourself now, or would you get somebody else? Or?
Nowadays, I don't really do it. We've got one at the moment that my team are doing it now. I've got like a guy who comes and builds the furniture and puts it all together from IKEA. Uh,
Yeah,
got a builder doing some painting, decorating stuff, and just cleaning up basically.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So nowadays, I don't do that. I'm in London now. I've just had a little one as well, so I can't be two places at once.
But it's just simple stuff that you want to bang out inside a week, 2 weeks,
Yeah,
maybe
but
three
I
at the
have
most. Like,
done. When I first
yeah,
started, I was in there doing it all myself. Me and the missus
yeah,
paint it ourselves, put the furniture together ourselves, sleep in there over the
yeah, yeah,
weekend, yeah, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
take pictures of it, and then do the viewings as well the following week. So I've done all of that, and a lot of the students now that are getting their first few deals, they're in there doing the same thing, calling in favors from family and getting them friends to come and help them out with bits and bobs. But I'd
Mm.
encourage you to do that to keep the cost down. You know, you want to
Yeah.
try and do that first, but as the business grows and obviously you develop and you grow, you want to be concentrating on marketing and getting more deals rather than being a handyman and fixing things up, you know. But
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. You eventually want to sort of like
yeah,
delegate rather than be stuck with stuff.
exactly. Yeah. Eventually, though, you can get there. In the beginning, it's good to be hands on.
This would be interesting. Sorry to interrupt. This would be interesting.
Have
I think
one?
we'll try and target Northern Ireland
Yeah, why not?
because like you haven't had anybody up there and all that there.
I haven't had anyone up there, but I mean, there's people working up there, right?
Oh,
There's
absolutely, absolutely.
developments happening, contractors and people need accommodation, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The population growth up there and in the south of Ireland is the highest it's ever been in a couple of hundred years. And that's because usually a lot of people were leaving Ireland, like
Yeah,
immigrating to other places. Now
yeah,
there's people
yeah,
coming to Ireland, like so there's work
yeah,
happening,
yeah,
there's more population growth and stuff.
yeah,
I think, it's easy for me to pop up there. Like my family's from up there.
yeah.
I can get them to run around, I can get them to ring things,
Great.
I can sort of use that to my advantage and still in the UK,
Yeah, yeah. I think that could be a good little niche for you then, you know. I think be one of the first ones to do it. Is if you can be one of the first people to move and get going, then you're going to get a lion's share of the market, you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And obviously, I'll still look at stuff there, in mainland
Yeah,
England too,
yeah, yeah, of course.
But
But I mean, it's
it
worked for
might,
me in little valley towns in Wales, and there's like population of 50,000 people, you know. So
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure it can work up there as well, you know.
I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can. Definitely, definitely. Oh, this would be interesting, though.
Yeah.
Definitely, this should be interesting.
You've got hotels and stuff up there, Premier Inns and all those brands are up
Absolutely,
there. So they've already
absolutely.
spent millions of pounds doing research before they've built their buildings or leased them.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
they've
yeah.
already done the work.
Hmm.
You can nick some of their guests, you know, they're probably going to have contractors and different people staying in those hotels,
Yeah,
paying a lot more than you charge them.
yeah. Absolutely,
So
absolutely. There's lots of hotels up there.
yeah, well then, you know, that's already a good sign that it could definitely work, you know.
Good, good. Oh, very interesting, though. Right? I'm glad this happened.
Good, good. I'm glad that's what we do, man. I'm glad
Yeah,
you're glad this happened.
sounds
Good
good.
man,
I'll be on
Martin.
to you. Right?
Good man. Nice speaking to you, mate. Speak
Same
soon.
to you. Thanks very much for the call. All right,
Cheers,
man.
dude. Take care.
See you. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.